Assalamu alaikum. Okay, there's a B question in which it is mentioned that what lessons can be learned by the Constitution of Medina by Muslims today. The Constitution of Medina, remember, is Charter of Medina, Mithaq-e Medina in Urdu. And now what can be learned? Remember one thing to remember, it's the first ever constitution ever written in history. And what can Muslims learn? That treaties can be, can be formulated for people who are not Muslims. You can make allies, and you can create a charter. And it doesn't just have to be with Muslims; it can also be with non-Muslims. The reason why we are allies with so many different countries who are non-Muslims is because we are allowed to be allies with them. And your allies will always be treated well. Remember, the allies of the Muslims in Medina were the Jews also, Banu Qanqa, Qurayza and Nadir, and Aus and Khazraj. All of these allies were treated very well, whether they are Muslim or not. And another thing that we learn from the Charter of Medina, from the Constitution, is that everybody was provided with religious freedom. They were free to practice however they wished. Nobody was forced to accept Islam. The minorities were given respect, and they could worship in their own worship places. There was no forceful conversion made. Another thing, that the state of head was the Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he, once the laws of the lands were declared in this constitution, he was the head of state according to that law, and any debate or any case based on law would come to him. He would act as the Qazi. And the aim of this the aim of this constitution was to have peace amongst the community, because there are many people living in one community. So peace was the main aim. Another thing that it teaches, or Muslims can learn, that once you are in a country, you have to follow the laws of the land and act like law-abiding citizens. No matter if you're in Canada, America, wherever you are, the laws of the land you have to abide by. And the Constitution of Medina also teaches us equal rights, and how in the Constitution each and every one had the right to defend his own equal right. And based on protecting human rights, the society formed as a better society, in fact. Although there were some flaws in it also. I mean, some people broke the law, but then they were dealt with the same way. Another thing that we learn is that we learn conflict resolution. The Prophet tried to, because remember, Aus and Khazraj, they were always at war, and their allies, from the Jews, they were always at war with each other. So to resolve this conflict that was going on for so many years, this constitution proved beneficial. And it says that there were 52 clauses of this constitution, in which 23 were for the welfare of the Muslims and 21 was for the welfare of the minorities. So you can see it's quite a balanced constitution also. So this was my sketch out for B part question. I believe you can think of a few more lessons that can be learned from the Constitution. Thank you.